Okay, our lesson today is chapter 9, lesson number 2. It's on making picture graphs. Now yesterday, we made some graphs. Actually, we did more of a chart. And in our chart, how did we record the data or the data? What did we do? Raylan, what did we do?
Tally marks.
We made tally marks. So again today, we might be using tally marks again, but we're going to be learning how to make a picture graph. Now, I want to show you this word picture. Yesterday I talked about if I want to make this word short, instead of saying picture, what can I say, guys?
Pic.
Now, what I can do is I can say pictograph. And when I say pictograph, that just means a picture graph. A picture graph. So, my essential question for this lesson and for this chapter is, how can I record and analyze data? So, how am I going to look at my data that I collected, and how can I record it? We're going to watch a video today that goes with this lesson, and it's this little robot guy. And it's on picture graphs. Okay, so let's have everybody's eyes up here, Lily. Mason, eyes up here.
Hey everyone, today we are going to learn about picture graphs. Let's go on over and take a look. We are going to build a picture graph and use it to answer questions about the data we collect. Using a picture graph will help us visualize the data we have. Here are a bunch of colored pencils from my class at school. We need to answer some questions about these pencils. But first, we need to organize them into a picture graph. Let's organize these pencils by color. We have quite a few pencils here of different colors. Let's count the blue first. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 blue pencils. Now let's count the red pencils. We have 1, 2, 3 red pencils. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green pencils. Last, we have the pink pencils to count. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 pink pencils. Great! Now we have our data to put into the picture graph. To start our graph, we need a title for the picture graph. Since our data is dealing with the colors of the pencils, should we call it pencil colors? Yeah, that sounds good to me. Here on the left, we will list the different colors of pencils that we have.
So look where they
Up
put
on the
that.
top, we have blue, then red, then green, and on the bottom, we have pink. We can label this side colors, so we know that this side of the graph shows us the colors of the pencils we have. This graph is starting to look really good. Now, to show the number of colored pencils we have, we are going to use these pictures of pencils. Each one of these pictures will represent one pencil. When using a picture graph, we need to use a key. The key tells us what the symbol or picture means.
Where have we learned about a key before? We've learned about a key. Raylan?
Or like the answer.
Yeah, like the teacher has a key or like the answer.
Yeah,
But we've learned about a key on something before. And it's not like the keys to open a door.
Oh, dang.
It's something in social studies. Why? Math skills. Remember, when we're looking at our maps on math skills, there's always a key. So in math, you're also going to have a key. And you want to look at that because that key is going to tell you what the picture is going to equal. So one picture of a pencil equals one pencil. Okay? So always look at your key.
One of these pictures represents one colored pencil. All right, now we can put the data on our graph. Let's start with the blue colored pencil. How many blue pencils do we have?
How many guys?
We have 4. Great job. So I will use 4 pictures to represent the 4 blue colored pencils we have. How many red colored pencils do we have? We have 3 red pencils. So let's put down 3 pictures to represent the 3 red pencils.
I know the next one.
How many green pencils do we have?
Let's do it with the video, please.
We have 5 green pencils. Let's put down 5 pictures for the green pencils. Great job. We have one more left to put on the graphs. How many pink pencils do we have?
4. Kinda looks like me.
We have 4 pink pencils. So let's put 4 pictures to represent all 4 pink pencils. This is awesome, guys. We now have a picture graph that shows how many colored pencils we have and how many of each color. This graph gives us lots of information. Now we can answer some questions.
Okay, look at the questions.
Are there more blue pencils than green?
No.
What do you guys think? No, the question is. The question is, are there more blue pencils than green?
No.
No. Because look, there's only 4 blue pencils. There's 5 green. So that answer would be
No.
If we look at the picture graph, we can see that the answer is no. There are more green pencils than blue. We can tell that by seeing more green pictures than blue. Now, can you tell me which color has the least amount of pencils?
what color?
Red.
Good job.
Red has just 3 pencils, and we can see there are 3 by the pictures on the graph. Last question.
Okay,
How
last
many
question.
pink and red pencils are there together? Let's go on over.
8.
How many red and pink, guys?
8. 7. 6.
Okay, just a second. Let me get back to what Mrs. Murphy bumped it.
Red has just 3 pencils, and we can see there are 3 by the pictures on the graph. Last question.
Here we go.
How
One
many
more time.
pink and red pencils are there together?
7 plus 0.
There are 7.
Eat it. No.
When you add the 4 pink pencils to the 3 red pencils, we get 7. Great job, guys. Keep practicing your picture graphs, and you will get to see the big picture. See you later.
Okay, now one thing about our graph that I want to review with you guys is when
Great
I
job,
look
guys.
when I look at this graph, who can tell me what this is always at the top called? Addie.
That is called colored pencil.
No. What is this called? It says colored pencil, but what is the name of what that's called?
Pencil. Pencil graph.
No. Wyatt? No. What is this called up here?
Pencil.
Mason.
Pencil.
I think you said it. Starts with a T. The title. This is always the
Like
title.
the title of
The
the
title
video.
of the graph. And this title is telling you what is this graph about. So this graph is about colored pencils. Just like the title of a book tells you what the book is all about. The title tells you what the graph is all about. Now, who knows what this would be over here on the far left? Carla? Colors, or your choices. So these are your choices that you have. And then who remembers what this thing down here is called? Wyatt? Wyatt? You forgot? Riley? No. Addie?
Signature?
No.
No.
That was from writing. Braylon?
Key.
It's the key.
It's
the key.
It's
It's the key. Okay, let's look at our paper for today and put your name at the top, and we're going to practice creating picture graphs. So put your name at the top, and lesson number 2, make picture graphs. So if you look down below, we have a graph down here. Who can find the title of the graph? Put your finger on it right now, on the title. What is this graph all about, Kaden?
Favorite lunch food.
Favorite lunch food. So we're going to learn all about favorite lunch food. John, why aren't you participating in person? Finger on the title. Now, put your fingers on the choices. What are our choices for this graph? Everybody put your fingers on them.
Sandwich, pizza, hot dog, and soup.
Good job. Thank you. So those are our choices. Now, find with your finger the key. Where's the key? Put your finger on the key.
It says it.
And it does tell you it. It says key. Each food is one vote. So each picture of food is one vote. All right, now. It says, I'm going to ask just 5 of you, and I'm just going to draw 6. Ask 5 classmates to pick their favorite lunch food. Draw a picture in the chart to show each person's choice. Okay, so we're not going to make tally marks. What are we going to draw? What does it say?
Me?
Yep. Lila.
You're supposed to, like, draw the food, right?
Yeah, you're going to try your best to draw a simple picture of that food.
Or, like, if you wanted the pizza, you could just draw a triangle.
Exactly.
Or, like, if it was a sandwich, you could draw a circle. If it was soup, you could just draw a big
like
circle.
a bowl or
A
something.
bowl and a
Yeah.
Okay,
so you are, when you make pictographs, you're going to have to draw pictures. And you want your pictures simple, not a lot of detail, because we don't want to take the time to do it, and it's going to be hard to get them perfect. Okay, so just simple, and if it's not perfectly like a soup or a pizza or a sandwich, it's okay.
It's fine because it says right by it.
Right,
Super simple.
exactly, it's already labeled. So I'm going to pick 5, 6, and I do have Lily and Lila in here. Actually, Lila, sorry. I did put Lily's, but here's Lila. She's great. Woo! Just a second.
It goes kaboom. It was like a rainstorm.
Okay. Thanks. You 3 come up, Robin. Okay. All right. The lucky first person is going to be. We'll do 1 to start with. Charlotte. Charlotte, what's your favorite food? Soup. Okay. Mrs. Menegay, can we do this real quick and then you can take it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So soup. Charlotte's favorite food out of these choices is soup. So you are going to draw your best just bowl of soup, or even just a bowl.
Do we get it right when it says it?
Watch.
I have it.
You're just going to make
A bowl.
like your best type of bowl.
Be a circle, a square.
Yep.
That's the best bowl.
I'm fit. Right. Okay, now.
That comes off to the pan.
It's okay. It's my best one. I'm not going to be funny.
Lucky second person.
Okay, the next lucky person is Corla. Corla, what is your favorite food? Hot dog. So you are going to do your best to draw a hot dog. Okay. One more lucky person. No. Another lucky person. Liddy. Liddy, what's your favorite food? Pizza. All right. So this one should be probably one of the easiest because you just draw like a triangle with like maybe some pepperoni or some cheese on it. All right, 2 more people. The next lucky person is Lewis. What did you say, Lewis? Hot dog. Lewis picked hot dog. So now we're gonna go over to the next box, going across from a hot dog, and draw this. Make it try to look like your first picture as best as you can.
My first picture is easy.
All right. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4 people. How many more do we need? 1. All right. The lucky last person for this one is Carson. Pizza.
Actually, tiebreaker. Tiebreaker.
Okay.
I wanted it to be pizza. I didn't even know I was so good.
Okay. Let me just ask you a couple questions.
Pizza one.
Looking at this pictograph. Now this might trick you guys. Which food is the least favorite? It tricks some of you. Now some of you said soup. Well, soup has 1.
Oh, no.
But sandwiches have 0. So Least favorite food is sandwiches. What is the most favorite?
I got
Pizza and pizza. It's a tie.
pizza.
All right, sometimes you will have a tie. In this one, the favorite food is pizza and hot dog. They are tied, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes you won't have the most. Sometimes you'll have a tie. Okay. All right, Mrs. Schaefer's first group. You guys may quietly push your chairs and line up with me. Yeah? Louis, did you listen to what I said?
How much time is there between music and fire?
Is that what you mean? How much time?
Yeah, so they fire starts at Okay, I didn't know because it was on even, I didn't know if there was a gap.
Okay, second graders, flip your page to the next one. We're going to practice this.
Good job, Pizza. You won. This is Murphy. This one. No, I thought basically won. I thought they got. I thought they won.
Okay, holy moly.
You won.
Our Mauser, Carson. Our Mauser is 0. Now we're on the guided practice. At the top, please follow along with Mrs. Murphy. It says, you show data with a picture graph. The pictures are a symbol for the data or the data. So here's a hint. The key tells how many each symbol stands for. So before you even start a graph, you look at the title, you look at your choices, and then you look at your key. You look at those 3 things first before you even look at your pictures and your data. So our graph up here is favorite marble color. If you look here, you have 2 choices, blue and red. And the key, each marble stands for 1 vote. There's quite a few friends I'm going to have flip down right now. John, Carson, Mason. Go flip down. You're not watching and learning. Mason, you're almost next. Now, over here, when you look at this chart, how many like blue marbles the best, Louis? 3. 3. How did you know that? You're right.
There's 3 circles.
Yeah. 3 circles or 3 marbles. Okay. Look at the next one. Corla, how many like the red?
3.
3. So on this one, is there a color that has the most? Needed?
No.
No. There isn't a color that has the most. It is a tie. This one is a tie.
It is a no.
They're both at 3, so it's a tie.
No,
So there's not one that has the most, not one that has the least. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens on charts and graphs. Okay? Now, let's look down here at this first chart. We sometimes have to use a chart to then graph it. So yesterday when we made charts with tally marks, we're going to take that data and now we're going to graph it. So if you look at this chart down here, Louis, what is the title?
3.
The title is not 3. What's the title? Favorite shoes. Okay, so this chart is all about favorite shoes. What are my 3 choices, Addie?
Tennis shoes, flip-flops, boots.
Good. Tennis shoes, flip-flops, boots. So those are my only choices that I have. So here is the tallies of the kids or the students or the people that like these shoes. For tennis shoes, Carson, how many people like tennis shoes?
3.
3. There's 3 tally marks and there's the number 3. John, how many like flip-flops?
5.
5. Good. A bundle of 5 and the number 5. L.E.A., how many like boots?
1.
1. Good job. Because there's 1 tally, so 1 boots. Now, what we need to do is we need to take these numbers up here and we need to draw pictures down here and make a graph. So the tennis shoes, who said the tennis shoes? Who was that?
Me.
Lewis. Did you say the tennis shoes?
No.
No, I did. I think Lewis said the title, right?
Yeah, I said the title. He said the title. I said the shoes.
Okay, so Addie said the tennis shoes. So Addie said there's 3. So down here for tennis shoes,
I said it.
what do you think we're going to draw?
3.
No, you did. We're going to draw 3. And 3 what?
Tennis shoes. No.
No.
Tennis shoes.
Yeah, you're going to try to draw as best as you can. 3 tennis shoes. I know tennis shoes are kind of tricky to draw, but just draw them as best as you can.
We were in art and we had to draw Pete the cat. What? And it's
Alright.
4 buttons.
And sometimes you can look at the picture at the top, and sometimes that'll help you, but just do your best.
Tennis shoes are
I drew the worst pairs in the world.
I drew a good one actually. You did some good ones. Oh my gosh, they were.
Look at Mr. Murphy. My shoes are easy to draw. My flip flop. I'm gonna draw my flip flop.
Mason, he was on the side.
We'll just flip it around so he's not.
He was like,
Miss
that's why I was
Murphy.
raising my hand.
Do we need to do 2 tennis shoes in each box?
Oh,
Or
good question. Do we need to do 2 in each box or only 1?
One.
So each box can only have 1 picture.
He was clicking on his
Okay,
iPad and then
I'm taking care of the problem now. Okay, now we have our tennis shoes done. Now we're gonna go to our flip flops.
oh, should be easy.
All right, and we have 5 flip flops. So you're gonna draw, do your best. I know flip flops are kind of hard, but you're gonna draw 5 flip flops.
Wait, I know how to move boots.
We're drawing people.
What?
From here, it looks like you're drawing
I'm just
people.
trying. It's supposed to be a flip flop, Raylan.
Yeah, it does.
I know. Sorry.
The first one looks like I see 2 eyes, some crazy hair, and a mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's a sheep.
It's supposed to be a flip flop.
I don't think, Miss Murphy, I don't think really boys know what flip flops are.
Yeah,
I
I don't
do.
really wear them that often, do they?
No.
Boys.
Yeah, kind of looks like an angry sheep.
Okay.
My dad was
All right, now let's go on to the next one. We got 5 flip flops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know flip flops are hard to draw. Mine probably don't even look like flip flops. It's okay. I did my best, and that's all that's important. Now the next one is boots. And Elliot, how many boots do we need? 1. And so this one should be a little easier to draw.
Yeah, this one might be little. This one is too easy to draw.
It should be easier.
Way easier.
Okay.
That's what I did this year.
Perfect. Okay, now don't flip it yet. Mrs. Murphy's gonna ask some questions because sometimes, or most of the time, you have to look at your data and your charts and your graphs to answer the questions. So looking at our graph and our data, Lily, which shoe has the most? Good job. And how many does flip flops have?
5.
Good. And Kinsley, which one has the least?
Boots.
Boots. And how much does boots have?
1.
Good. Now my question is, how many more does flip-flops have than boots? How many more? John?
4.
4. How did you figure that out? You're right.
Cause
Flip-flops have,
1 equals 5.
good. So flip-flops have 5, and boots only have 1, so I take that 1 away, and I have 4. So 5 minus 1 is 4. And John probably could see there's 1, 2, 3, 4. It needs 4 more to tie it, right? Good job. Or you could think about it by adding 1 plus 4 equals 5. You could do it that way. Okay, now I have a really tricky question. If you know this answer, raise your hand. But count it quietly. How many total kids voted? How many kids voted? Carson, are you even trying? I didn't think so. How many kids voted? Everybody?
9.
Ooh, I heard 9. I did hear maybe 1 10, but let's just double check. So you could count the pictures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
But I counted
Or
from the
You
biggest.
you could count 5 plus 3 more would be 6, 7, 8 plus 1 would be 9.
I counted like
Good job.
5 plus 4. We can move that boob.
That's fine.
That
That would work too. Good job. Okay, so you can either count the pictures if you want to find the total, or count or add the numbers. Okay? All right, now let's skip the independent practice because in a minute you're going to do that on your own. Let's go to the brain builders. And we are going to do them today.
Are we going to write my math?
No, just brain builders today. Because there's no problem solving, so let's work our brains.
So, can we take off the right math?
Yes, you can. Yep, you can X off to break the math. All right. Now this is going to make us really use our brains, but I like this. All right, Lillian asked 10 people their favorite flowers. So you can see that is the question. That's my title, favorite flowers. One said tulip. Can you guys find the tulips?
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to try to draw a tulip.
What does a tulip look like?
They're kind of tall and long. And these flowers are kind of hard to draw sometimes.
Like
a
sunflower?
Not a sunflower. It's more longer at the top. And wait, I'll show you.
Look at her. It's all like a bucket.
And I'm just going to kind of go like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mason, you got a good point. It's like a bucket at the top.
Yeah, kind of like a bucket at the top.
I'm gonna draw those. Then I'm gonna add a line.
Okay, I will in a little bit. Okay. Okay, one said tulip. Now, listen to this. The same number of people said daisies and carnations. So these two are going to have to match. They're going to have to be equal. Do we know the number yet?
No.
No. We're going to have to come back to that because I know 10 people voted. 10. I already have 1 vote. So now I'm down to 9. But let's read the last one. 5 said roses. So look at the roses. Can everybody find roses? It starts with an R. You're going to draw your best rose, and they kind of look like tulips a little bit.
But it looks more wet.
Yeah, I should have made mine. I'll make mine tulip blue. And then I'll make my roses red.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Miss Murphy, is it okay that tulips and roses kind of look the same?
Yeah, because mine are going to look the same pretty much.
I made an actual rose.
Really
And just like me, rosy.
Wait, there's 5 roses?
Okay, so 5 said roses. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures of roses.
Oh, now one more person can
Okay. Now this is the tricky part. Look up here, guys. 10 people voted. 5 people like roses, so these 5 are gone. 1 person likes a tulip, so that's good. So I have 4 left. But these 2 have to be equal.
So
I'm going to have to cut it in half,
they have 2.
and they each have 2. Because 2 plus 2 is 4. So 2 people like daisies, 2 people like carnations. And daisies are a little bit more rounded. So just draw your daisies, and carnations are kind of like the roses and the tulips too. So just do your best.
What's a daisy?
We need to
I know
learn
what
our
a
flowers,
daisy is, I
huh?
just don't know what it looks like.
I know what daisies looks like.
Daisy's yellow.
I guess we need to learn our flowers.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I have 5 fingers.
I'm just gonna make it, even if it's not a perfect.
you too.
We'll have to look up flowers maybe next week.
Miss Murphy, I think you should get your this and this.
Boy, those.
And draw them.
Oh, yellow. I see what you're saying. It's okay. It's okay. You're right about that. Daisies are yellow. Okay, so let's just double check we're right. We should have, when we add these up, we should have 10 people. So let's look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I do it correctly?
Yes.
So you always want to double check your work. Make sure that you go back and make sure your picture matches your data. Okay? All right.
Miss Murphy, I did the same thing as you.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect. Let's go on to the bottom one. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go on. I'll let you do that, okay? John, are you ready? Corla? Lila? Okay, last one, number 5. A school asks 15 students their favorite subject. So subject is like what they like to learn about. Just like we have our different subjects throughout the day. 3 students said science, and 3 said reading. 1 less person said art and math. So we're going to have to figure this out. So let's circle 15. We need to know, we need 15 students. Now, I'm going to look at my key. Each book equals 1 vote. So are we going to draw people?
A book.
No, we're going to draw a book. So that's the key is telling us what to draw. Each book equals 1 vote.
And if for the science, I guess you could draw like a little bottle kind of thing.
Or you could do like
Yeah, you could. Okay. But we're not going to be too picky. We're just going to draw it nice and simple. So, 3 students said science. So find science. It's the yellow one. And we're going to draw 3 books.
For science?
And you can put an S for science if you want to, or you can draw a bottle, Lila said, or you can just make a square for a book. Yep,
Miss Murphy, I just wrote a paper.
that works. But it should be more of a book because the key says a book. Now, how many people said reading? That's the next thing. 3. Phyllis? 3. So I'm going to do it. For reading, I'm going to draw 3 books. I'm just going to put an R for reading.
I made an open book. I'm going to put I and IS.
Quietly do it, please.
Ebook.
Okay. Now, this is the tricky part. Because 1 less person said art and math. So math has 1 more. So for math, Mrs. Murphy is just going to put a +1. And then art has to have like minus like 1. So let's see how many are left. We're at 15. And what if we take these 6 away? How many are left?
0.
No. Think about that, Louis. 15, take these 6 away. It would not be 0. 15 minus 15 is 0. 15 takes 6 away. Kaden? 9. Because Kaden went 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So we have 9. Now my fingers are already telling me right now the answer. Look at my fingers. One has to have more than the other one. Look at my fingers.
5.
Carla. Okay, there's 9. But which subject has more? Mason, which subject has more?
The one on this side.
This is the 5. Now look up here. Which one has more? Math or art?
Oh,
Braylon.
math.
Math is going to have 5. Because 1 less would be art, which is at 4. Art has 4.
What should we draw for?
So art, I would just draw a book with an A on it.
I was going to draw.
Why is it just about books?
Because that's what the key says. You always have to follow the key.
Or you're out of the game.
Carson, there is no game.
I know.
There is no.
That's why there's a game. There's no game.
Oh wait, I made a circle that time.
A circle is fine too, wouldn't you say, Miss Murphy?
I mean,
Well,
most of them
you
are
want a book.
squares.
I don't know know a lot of circle books, but
I mean,
are you meaning your logo? Like your what's on your book?
no, I'm changing it to a square. Oh my gosh, the top one's gonna take forever. Can I just put an L?
Yeah, that's what here is doing.
Without the square.
I thought this was for.
But with square.
Yeah, but with squares.
Good. You made a mistake and you fixed it. Good job. Thanks for double checking your writing. Okay. Okay, my group that just came in, why don't you? Why don't you wait? My group that just came in, wait. Because we're just gonna. Second group from Miss Schaefer's made quiet. You may quietly go. Carson, flip up for waiting for Mrs. Murphy to dismiss you. Thank you for waiting. Yes, I did say that yesterday to wait till I dismiss you. Okay, now my group that just came back from Miss Schaefer's, Mrs. Meneghes, we'll catch you up in a minute. But on this one, guys, let's double check just to make sure we're right. We should have 15 books. So look up here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Did we do that correctly?
Yes.
Good job. All right. So we can see math has the most. Reading and science are both tied for the least. And then arts is just kind of in the middle with 4. Okay? Good job. Now, what I want you to do is we have about, I'm gonna have us start getting ready a little bit early so that we can make sure we go back and get drinks before music. So we have 15 minutes. What I would like you to do is I would like you to complete the independent practice. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take, okay, flip to the independent practice. You're gonna take the data on this chart and you're gonna draw it down here. Now each drink equals 1 vote. So look at your choices. You have milk, apple juice, water, lemonade. You can draw your pictures how you want, as long as you're drawing pictures. And they're kind of matching the labels. So we have milk, apple juice, water, lemonade.
That should be easy.
Okay? I think you guys can do it. And then down at the bottom, here's your favorite sports. We have baseball, basketball, soccer, football. You guys should be able to draw the pictures of like the footballs, the soccer balls, the basketballs, the baseballs. Just do your best drawing them. Okay? Or if you just draw a circle, except for the football, that is fine. The football's more like a...
Easy.
Yeah, you guys probably know how to draw football. Okay?
Everyone should know.
When you get done, I would like you to go back to iExcel, R1 and R2. We didn't get these done yesterday,
No.
but you can work on those. And then if you get those done, look, we're going to start these. They're for next week, but the pictographs, R11 and R12. If you get them done. If you get these done. Okay? Go ahead and get